What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be working on the 95 325 IS, the recent pickup, the Alpine White Coupe. We're not going to be touching the E36 M3 today. I know I say that like every video, but we need to first get the 325 squared away enough to where it's drivable. I can move it around and take it places confidently. Right now it idles horribly. We're going to dive right into this car. This is the newly acquired drift, track, whatever I decide to do with it. But as for now, we need to first and foremost kind of get it set up to be dailyable. Now this car is not perfect by any means. It's actually getting worse every time I look at it. We're going to change that. We're going to make it a little prettier. We're going to hopefully fix this horrendous idle issue that it has. I am a little bit pressed. When I bought this car, it did not run as bad as it does now. I think because it's gotten a chance to cool off. It was like 100 degrees today when I bought it, and it was hot, so it wasn't idling too bad. It definitely still slouched and didn't idle great, but now the car almost wants to die out, which really sucks, so I need to figure that out pretty much stat. First things first though, I'm gonna back this car up. It's got no tires in the rear. Now, the previous owner said he did not slide this car, but the tires would speak otherwise. I'm gonna go ahead and swap these out. I actually have some super ugly wheels for this right now. I do have some DS1s at the storage. I just need to get tires on them. Once I get tires on them, we can run DS1s on this car and it would look super proper. But as for now, we got bottle caps. These are off the 93 part out car that I had. We also have the muffler that previous owner took off. It doesn't have any brackets, so we're gonna have to figure that out. I'm not gonna deal with that today, but first thing I wanna do is get the wheels with proper tires on the car, so it's at least safe to drive. As you can hear, she does not idle great. At least it's keeping itself alive. It almost died earlier. We're gonna do a lot of diagnosing with this car. I'm gonna zap these off with the impact. We're gonna throw the bottle caps on, and this car should look a ton better. So we got the uglies out. These are my least favorite wheel to put on any car, but they're gonna work. They have some America's tire. These are actually pretty fresh tires, which is nice, but we'll get something else for the DS1s when we throw those on. Just gonna hope here that these aren't torqued insanely tight. Oh, look at that, missing. Yeah, tires have definitely blown up here. Yeah, these gotta go. Alright, so at this point, everybody's seen me put wheels on an E36 like a million times, so I'm gonna go ahead, zip the other three on, and then I'll show you the finished product. I'm gonna need this. Whoa. Fucking Harbor Freight. I'll stick that right about there, and we got bottle caps with logos. Alright, you'll notice this is taking a little bit longer than it normally does. So, we're missing a lug nut here, no worries. Went into the lovely box of spare parts and grab the lug nut. That's no problem. This one is really chewed up. So I was looking, I was like, why is that so scored? And then there's also a snapped lug nut inside, or lug stud. Or bolt. I keep calling them nuts, but BMW. There's a snapped one in here, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to extract that. In my opinion, the bottle caps are the best look, as opposed to those, whatever style those are, the mini Empire looking things. I hate the way those look on these cars. They look too modern for this car. Bottle caps are fine for now until I get tires for those DS1s. Last thing I'm gonna do before I pick this up in the morning is pull these stickers off. No thanks. Stickers off and glass is clean. So we'll throw some of our own on tomorrow. But yeah, we'll save that for tomorrow. I'll pick it up when I see you. All right. time to figure this thing out. All right, we are back with the 325 IS today. I am going to dive into a few things on the car. I don't have that much time. Sun's going down. and it's still really hot. Last time I actually touched the car was yesterday on camera, so nothing has changed. I just got those stickers off last night, and then it got dark. What I was going to do today was completely vacuum it, shampoo the carpets, and get everything dialed in interior wise, so it was just cleaner to work with. However, I just want to quickly get in the engine bay. We're gonna look at it. I really didn't take a thorough look when I bought it, just made sure that it had an M50 there and it wasn't knocking or making any weird ticking noises or anything that was too out of the ordinary. It just does not run like it did when I bought it, so you know, I need to deal with that sooner than I thought. I uploaded the very first video on this car today, and people seem to be pretty excited about it, so it makes me a little bit more excited to work on it and find this idle problem. Yeah, I'm really excited other people want to see this car. This would be a good time to find out if the central locking mechanism actually works. Okay, sounded like all the locks went off. Oh yeah, I forgot, we don't have hood struts. Hold on. Engine bay is not very clean. Surprise, surprise. Unfortunately, when the hood flew up on this car, whenever that happened, it really did some damage. Obviously, the hood needs to be replaced. This hood is just, it's a no-go. I'm gonna go for like the very obvious things. I'm gonna check the airbox, make sure it's not clogged, because this car has been sitting for 10 years prior to who I purchased it from. That was only driving it for like a month, so he says. So I'm not sure. This car's been sitting, so it could be super clogged up full of crap, but I think all this stuff's been pulled out, and that has to be something they tried to deal with already and they ruled out. This looks like a replacement math, but I'm gonna set you guys up on the tripod. If you want to know how to get any of this stuff off, I actually have a video where I kind of did a step-by-step on how to get all this off, and I'll cover it in detail when we replace some things here, but as for now, I just want to check it out. Just as I suspected. Oh, they probably actually didn't replace that. At first it looked kind of new. Looks like somebody actually probably cleaned the airbox. This is what I was afraid of, getting another E36. After a quick inspection on this car, there's nothing that I can see that is obvious. I am going to dive into it further when I order some things because I would like to clean the ICV, and I don't know, I'm kind of doing process of elimination here. I swap maths between the cars because I know that this math is at least good enough, and this car idled good up until like the last time I drove it. Funny enough, last time I drove the M3 was in the intro that you see for these videos, doing some donuts and stuff, and then I started it. Last time I had started it, after that it just hardly idled, but I think I actually found the problem to the M3 already. Here's the only thing that's kind of like tripped me up is this car has traction control, because traction control on these cars, I believe, to my knowledge, it just closes the valve, so it has like that whole plate and all the weird shit in the way. So it's kind of tripping me up, but I swapped maths between the cars, put it in this car, absolutely no difference. The math that I got with this car looks pretty much brand new, so I'm sure that that is what they tried. I'm gonna order some parts so I can pull the manifold off and clean the ICV, and I might order another ICV because I think regardless, one of these cars could use a new ICV, so it's not gonna hurt. I'm also gonna order some silicone stuff for this car, and then the hoses that are good from this car I can use on this car just to find out, and then I can just order duplicates if that makes sense. So I'm trying to not order a bunch of stuff I don't need right off the bat. So I'm gonna continue just inspecting these cars on my own off camera, and then I'll get back to you guys. I'm gonna kind of try and do the whole process of elimination thing. All the obvious stuff is kind of out of the way. What I'm trying to say is I think I got it figured out, at least my plan for how to diagnose this further. I just don't want to throw a bunch of money and parts at stuff that doesn't need it yet. I'm really kicking myself. I had to get rid of that 93 325, the part out car I had, and there's some things that I should have grabbed before I had to dump it. Unfortunately I had to get rid of it. The circumstance was complicated, but I left a lot of good parts, so now I'm kind of kicking myself because I got to order a bunch of that stuff. And I don't want it to look like this car sat for this long. We had sawdust in here, so it just created a bunch of dust. Car hasn't been sitting that long. It's probably been about a month, 3 weeks maybe. But yeah, anyways, I'll get back to you guys when we do something.